Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
From the brand new album Crash and Burn, that is brand new stuff from Sinner, a nice little happy song known as Fist to Face. And here's a guy that's ready to put his fist in your face. It's the one and only Mat Sinner from Sinner. Matt, how you doing, man?
All right. Yeah, thank you very much. Nice to be here on your show.
Excellent. Well, Matt, that song certainly was a happy little tune, huh?
Yeah, I think so. So we just came back from a European tour here, and we played that song live, and everybody was very much into it. So we put a little jam in the middle, and the people loved that song, yeah.
Sure. Well, Matt, the interesting thing about your career, and for people that don't know, you are you're the driving force not only behind Sinner, but behind the other great band from Germany, Primal Fear. And I honestly, from looking at your catalog, I do not think people realize just how much music you have put out. You're at what, like 22 albums or something?
Yeah, it could be. I don't count anymore. Because yeah.
It's really amazing how much material. I mean, I don't think, and especially here in the United States, I think people probably jumped on. There's probably some that remember the early days of Sinner, you know, the Danger Zone type stuff. But for the most part, I would think that most people in America think that Sinner started after Primal Fear. Is that kind of what you see?
Oh no. The first album of the band was released in Germany in 1984.
Right.
So Sinner is a long time going band in Germany, and Primal Fear was founded in 1998. So there was 14 years of Sinner before Primal Fear recorded their first album. So. And Sinner was always a band, was part-time successful here over in Europe and in Japan, of course. And I put back Sinner for some years because Primal Fear was so successful and so busy. So I had to make some compromises, and nowadays Sinner is really like a vacation for me, where I can do everything what's in my mind and not have to please somebody in a record company or whatever. So Sinner is really my nice vacation, and Primal Fear is my hard work.
Right, sure. Well, Matt, why do you think that in the United States, European music as a whole has not taken off? I mean, there's so many great bands over there in Europe, in Germany, and Switzerland and Sweden. There's so many great, powerful metal bands, but it just does not break big here in the United States. Why do you think that is?
Oh, I think it depends on the record companies. Yeah, the record companies in the U.S., they are more concentrated in finding new trends and selling something to the people. And the music from Europe is really based on traditional music, which was always there and will be always there. So it's not a new thing. It's just an old thing, and this is heavier to sell to younger people than a new trend, I think. So a lot of more bands from Europe I know are going to America and touring there in clubs and getting better sales now of their records, but it's always heavy to go over there. So I think it's for a European band way easier to tour in Europe or in Japan or in South America than in the US, but it's getting more and more, I see.
Very good. Well, Matt, obviously the latest release from Sinner is called Crash and Burn, and to be quite honest, it is exactly what I would expect from a project that you're on. It's heavy, it's fast, it's blistering heavy metal. do you ever look at the work that you do and say, maybe I want to try something a little bit different, or are you perfectly content with knowing what your sound is and going for it every time?
Yeah, well, we divided both bands, Sinner and Primal Fear, a little bit into. I would say Sinner is based more on the traditional thing, coming more from the rock and roll side of things. So there is some rock and roll tunes on it. There is some rock and roll riffs, and the basic of the music is just let it flow and more rocking. This is what we're going to do with the Sinner thing in the future. We're just going into a recording studio and rock. So with Primal Fear, it's more a heavy metal band, really based on really heavy metal riffs and not on the melodies. And this is the difference between both bands. And for me, in the music I'm doing, so Sinner is more my rock and roll side of things.
Sure. Now, Matt, I want to switch over to Primal Fear just for a second. I'm a giant fan of Primal Fear, and I honestly think that I think Nuclear Fire might be one of my top 5 albums of all time. It's just such a great record.
All right.
You know, the one thing that I've been wanting to ask you basically is, over the last maybe, I don't know, 2 records or so, you guys really did sort of, I don't want to say you changed your sound, but you adapted your sound a little bit, moving away from the quote-unquote Judas Priest sound that you guys were always tagged with early on.
Yep.
To a sound that is definitely a little bit more European, but a little bit more your own. Was that a purpose move, or is that just the way you guys grew as a band?
Well, I would say there is a part of everything of your story inside this. So sometimes you get bored of all these Judas Priest things, because if you listen to a new Judas Priest album and compare it to a new Primal Fear album, it sounds so different.
Oh, sure.
It's just the voice of Ralph, which is very similar, and this is just human. He can't do a thing, and I wouldn't change Ralph to sing different, because some journalists say, oh, it sounds like Judas Priest, blah, blah. So on the other side, I was very much into this orchestral side of things, the strings and cellos and stuff, and I experimented a lot with these things, and in the end, it comes out in some songs of Primal Fear, and as you might know, I finished the mix of the new Primal Fear album some days ago.
Okay.
So I know about the new Primal Fear album better than anybody else, and the new Primal Fear album is a little bit back to the old vibe of, as you said, Nuclear Fire, for example. We have a lot of these kind of riffs and stuff on the new album, but we didn't go totally away from the path we were going. We have also some very interesting new stuff on it, new elements, because we're very ambitious and motivated musicians, so we don't want to do the same album again and again. There must be some new kind of challenges for us on a new album. But on the new Primal Fear album, there will be a lot of vibes for the people who love, for example, Nuclear Fire.
Very cool. Is it difficult to incorporate the newer stuff into the concert set list, because the old stuff, what was a little bit faster, if for nothing else, it was a little bit more fast than the last 2 records. Is it difficult to put some of the newer stuff into the set with the classic stuff?
No, absolutely not. It fits very, very well if it's played live by the same band, and we have now the best lineup we ever had. With the comeback of Henny, for example, Henny Walter, the guitarist, he's back since the last album, and it's absolutely a great lineup we have now, and all the set sounds very organic.
Sure. Now Henny is also with you on the Sinner record, is that correct?
Yeah, we're good friends. Yeah, we love to play with each other.
Now, is it difficult for Henny to turn off the metal, so to speak, and be more rock oriented with Sinner?
No. He's absolutely insane guitarist who is very happy when you have his guitar on and can rock, and he loves the Sinner shit very, very much. And with Primal Fear, we wrote some crazy tunes now for the new album together, which sounds so much as tunes as he joined the band for the first time. Yeah, it's really, really good, and he can do this, and it's very different to Sinner, for example, to come on with these real metal hymn style of stuff, and he's a very, very talented songwriter, very good guy.
Excellent. Now, Matt, for you personally, I mean, I know you write the majority of the music for both bands. What is it when you write a song that makes you think, okay, well, this is a Primal Fear song, or this is a Sinner song? Like, as an example, the song that we opened the interview with, Fist to Face, I could easily see that being a Primal Fear song or a Sinner song. So what is it that you hear in your mind that makes you think, all right, well, I'm going to use this for this project or for that project?
This is my very own feeling. I think if you say Fist to Face, I would say my vocals fit to this kind of riff a little bit better than Ralph's vocals. Ralph's vocals fit more to more heavy metal. So Fist to Face could be basically be a Motorhead song, for example. Yeah.
Okay, right.
And with Matt singing like Lemmy, it's easier than Ralph singing like Lemmy. And these high pitched things Ralph is doing, it's a lot better on a heavy metal tune. Yeah. Okay. So I think if we write for Primal Fear, we're thinking a lot more metal. Then with Sinner, everything is possible. So we switch between real rock and roll and these kind of rock and roll based fast riffs or so. But the music basically we see in Sinner is some kind of entertaining rock and roll music, which is instrumentally and sound wise based on metal.
Very cool. Well, Matt, another project that you're involved in, as if these two aren't enough, but you've lent not only your playing but your live playing as well to the band Tribuzzi. I know I saw you on the Tribuzzi live execution DVD. What's your relationship with these guys?
Oh, this is a longtime friend from Brazil, Renato, and he had always this dream to invite his most favorite musicians to make an album, and he spent a lot of money in creating this thing. And after he released his album, and the album was a success, he invited most of the people to come down to Brazil and do a tour with him. So it was a great time. I was there for only 2 songs I spent on stage, and then another 3 songs of the encores, which is not on the DVD. That's a shame. But legal-wise, it was not possible. But it was a great thing for me. I had a great time just being on stage for 2 songs and have a super time in Brazil.
Oh, sure.
It was great, and all the other good guys around me, very, very nice people, Bruce Dickinson and Roy Z, and so getting good friends with these guys.
Sure. What was it like being on stage with so many great players? I mean, there were guys from Helloween, and like you said, Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden, and Roy Z from countless projects. That had to be really cool to be just surrounded by, all different forms of heavy metal, elite.
Yeah, I love that because I'm enjoying this very, very much. I'm a very positive guy, and if I'm surrounded by these guys, I know all these guys long time ago. So I was on tour, for example, Primal Fear toured with Rob Halford in the USA. And Roy was the lead guitarist of Rob Halford during these days, so we know each other very well, and it was really, really nice to tour with them through Brazil. So it was a great thing. I would do it again.
Sure. Now let me ask you about a rumor that has floated around the internet for years and years, Matt, and you may have an answer or you may not have an answer, I don't know, but the rumor was, and this is actually pre-Primal Fear, but the rumor was that Ralph was actually offered the job in Judas Priest after Rob Halford left, and then actually went to meet with the guys, only to find out that Tim Ripper Owens had the gig and that he didn't have the gig. to your knowledge, is there truth to that rumor?
Some truth.
Okay.
Some truth. Not. I don't think the whole story is true, but he was supposed to audition, and before he could audition, they decided to pick up Ripper Owens because he's from America, and it would not be so good to have a German guy singing for a British band. So, politics.
Okay. Well, those politics worked out well for you, though, didn't they?
And for Rolf, I think.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
So if he would join Judas Priest now, Rolf on his back, and Rolf would be back on his knees or something. I don't know, but it's good for Rolf. He's happy with his job in Primal Fear.
Oh, I would imagine so. Now, Matt, over in Europe, obviously I'm here in the States, but what size crowds does Primal Fear specifically play for in Europe? From what I understand, I mean, you guys play for some really big crowds, don't you?
Well, it's different. Depends on the country and the venues, but I won't complain about what we're gonna do, and I think with a new album and some strong other bands on a package, we will go out headlining in September and October in Europe again, and it will be a good thing.
Very cool. So before then, does that leave you time to actually go out on the road for a couple weeks or a couple of months with Sinner?
No. We stopped now with the Sinner thing.
Okay.
We tour here in Europe, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna tour in South America with Primal Fear and Sinner. We have a tour lined up in August for Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela, and Chile, and we will go there with both bands. So Henny and me, we have a hard job.
I was going to say 3 hours a night on stage. That can't be easy.
Yeah, but that's a challenge, oh?
Sure. It's a good challenge.
I don't need extra jogging these days.
Right on. Well, the new album is called Crash and Burn from Sinner, and as Matt said, the new Primal Fear will be around. When are we expecting that, Matt? September timeframe? May? Oh, great.
May.
Excellent. Well, Matt, before I let you go, is there anything that I'm missing that you want fans to know?
Yeah, of course. We're just talking about coming back to America in early September, and I hope this will happen, that we can bring our new show to America. Last time we were with you at the Prog Power Festival in Atlanta, and we're talking to these people again. Maybe we can add some more days, and then we will come in early September to America.
Excellent. And where can people find out about Sinner or Primal Fear on the internet?
We have both regular websites, both band names plus official, and you can go to my page. It's matsinner.com or primalfear.de, so we're always present. You can listen to songs, watch videos, and get a little bit more to know about the band and what's going on at the moment.
Excellent. Well, as a tradition, Matt, we always ask what is known as the classic metal show question. We've been asking this for about 5 years now, and we've asked every single interview, and you may just have a story with this guy since you referenced him earlier. How has Lemmy from Motorhead influenced your career?
Oh, I can say very much. I was a Motorhead fan from the early years. I have to say Henny is even more a Motorhead maniac. He has his own Motorhead cover band when he has time to play. And but I think Motorhead was the band till my first day, which I really loved, the rawness, 3-piece and going off. And I already watched Motorhead. I think it was during the studio recordings of Primal Fear. It was, I think, 6 weeks ago. I watched them at the big venue here in Stuttgart. And it was a great show. So they still deliver. They're still a great band. And, of course, Ace of Spades is one of my all-time classics.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, as a tradition, we always let the artist pick a song from their new album to end the interview with. So what song would you like us to end the interview with, and maybe tell us a little story about it?
Oh, my favorite song on the album, I can tell you, is The Dog. Because The Dog has a real, very honest rock and roll guitar riff and a lot of attitude in this song, and it's one of our best songs on the last tour. The people loved that song. We had a lot of fun with this song, and the dog is I think also lyric-wise, music-wise, it's a song I'm really proud of.
Well, let's check it out right now. This is Sinner with the Dog right here on your Classic Metal Show.
Thanks for checking out the Best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.